go to college, get a job, get a degree, get a wife. Make sure that you have a nice family. Those are all things that everybody's chasing, it seems like. Everybody's chasing the right job. They want this degree now, and they think that this is going to save their life, and this and all, and this other stuff. Ooh, boy, do I have something for them. First of all, what's up, guys? Welcome back. It's good to see you. Today, I'm just going to go over a couple of things. Some things that I think, our parents have never gone over with us, or some things that never were gone over with me. And I feel like it would be great for somebody else out there to hear these things, especially maybe like a freshman in college or anything like that. Somebody younger. It'd be great to hear these kinds of things. And so we'll start off with pretty much just happiness of life. You're going to get to one moment in life where you're going to really decide, like, what is happiness in my life? And is that going to be, in what quantity amount of money really is happiness? You think about, like, yo, I'm trying to be rich AF. I'm trying to be rich as fuck. So you're like, okay, cool. Happiness is that's money. Money's going to bring this. Well, I've had a lot of amounts of money, but then when I had the largest amounts of money in my life, I was also the loneliest in my life. And then I've had no money, but I've been with a person that I really esteemed and aspired and loved. And I've also felt lonely at times, but then I've also not felt lonely. So really define when and where, like what range, what racket of money, like am I perfectly fine to coast at? And so you think about, you're like, okay, yeah, I'm going to become a CEO of a company. I thought about, okay, yeah, I'm CEO of a company. I rule that out. Why? Well, let's get this right. So I know a guy, and it's cold out here, that's why I'm shaking. I know a guy from Seattle, he dated a rich Russian girl, right? Her dad was a banker of some sort. So this guy, not just some regular banker, right? Because he's got like a $1 million mansion on the coast of Bainbridge Island, pretty much. And this is in Seattle, Washington. This is very expensive now to have an island house like this, right? You're talking about millions of dollars. It's like a 3-story house, and it's got elevators of the house and then like garages and like 7 different garages. So you're like, okay. So I wonder what he's doing, right? In comparison to being a CEO of a company. So you may have that CEO may have billions in comparison to the banker guy, but the banker dude may not have as many calls as the CEO guy has. The CEO may be completely like stressed out, like under all these calls and under all this pressure that the banker just doesn't have to deal with. But that's a different class of money. He's still doing well, but he ain't got that much money. Or you can be rich and still be broke, if that makes sense. You can have a lot of money, but even in your rich class, still be broke. So how much money really is enough money for you? Wow. Yeah, so how much money really is a lot of money for you? When you decide that, and what you're good with living with, I think that's another thing to decide. Because many people don't put that out for you. They're just like, yo, let's make this much money, and then you still don't even know, like, how much is $20,000 a year? How much is $37,000 a year? How much is most students really don't start working until like their freshman year of college, if not their sophomore to junior year of college, and so they don't know about that either. So another thing that I'll drop on is the degree. So for many students or many children actually, there's a big line. A lot of them, their parents are paying for their tuition, or they're helping pay for their tuition, and a lot of other children or a lot of other students, they're not. And then some of them, they're just out there by themselves, right? They're literally paying for their own education, they're going to their own job, they're paying their own rent, So every student has a different situation. My advice to you is to take the route that best fits you in that given time. By comparing yourself to others and your timeline of graduating or of getting this job to another person, you're not doing yourself a favor, because you guys are on 2 different timelines of success. For instance, tomorrow may be my day. I may become rich. I may be 300 bands up, 300,000 up tomorrow. But then I'll waste it all and then I'm broke the next week. Whereas my sister could not make it until her 36th birthday, she becomes a millionaire, but she maintains that millionaire status. It took her 10 more years than it took me, but she retained rather than gave in. So there's situations like that happen all the time. And then, guys, there's the, ooh, it's too chilly out here, bro. Come with me. Come inside. Woo. How we doing? Stretch that out, baby. Stretch it out. Woo. And then you got the situation like, okay, these guys are like, okay, I can't really do this, or I don't want to do this, and their parents are like, yo, no, you have to do this, you have to do this. Well, that was kind of sort of a predicament where I was in, except where I broke out was like, I was like, okay, I'm doing this on my own. So you're not paying my rent. At this given point, my parents' funding to my education is like minimal, right? It's what they can, when they can, And so it's like, okay, so they got this, but then they can't pay for my books, or they can't do this, or they can't pay the full semester. So then it's like me. It's like, what can I do? And the thing is, when you ask yourself, like, what can I do? Really get to where what you can do and what's in for your goals. Because at this point, this is what I tell people, and even older people. I've gotten to tell older people this myself. I was like, your parents made decisions in their young adulthood. And now look where you guys are at. I was like, now it's your young adulthood. I was like, so you make your decisions, because these decisions are going to impact your children, your wife, your family, your life. So you ain't going to have anybody else to blame but yourself at the end of the day. So do this for yourself. Do this for you. Do whatever it is that you want to do. So if you feel like college is not right for me right now, okay, you make that move. Many people have guidance, right? And then there's those people that's like, okay, I'm gonna drop out this semester, but I'm coming back. They never come back. They never have. I've seen a lot of people wither away and die, but that's just usually because their mental is just not really there. I'll give you one thing. It really is hard to drop out of college and then come back. It's hard if you want it to be hard. Really, it is. And the individual themselves, you gotta want it. You gotta really want it in order to get back in there. I know, because I've done it twice. But for me, it's different because I know it's in my route. At some given point, probably in my route. And I'm really smart, so it doesn't really hurt. It's not really that hard. But I know, so now we're getting to that point. I know my limits, what I can do, what I don't think I can do, what I'm pretty sure that I can do. And what I can do in one given time is like, okay, I can't afford school right now. Okay, I'm in a job and I'm doing this, and then I got this expense that came up. I'm a big daddy, big boy now, you know what I mean? I got big boy things that come up. So it's like, shit, you know what I mean? Like, this is real world. Like, yeah, I mean, school is this thing, but is school gonna keep me in my house? No. Is school gonna do this for me? And is school gonna be able to keep paying off, my camera for YouTube? So is school gonna keep being able to pay off my laptop? Well, no, in the short term, it's really not. So I'll give up the semester and I'll fight back next year. Something like that. But that's how I think. That's how my thought process is. Because that's how I am. I've gotten this far by myself. So I know what I can put on myself, and I know what I can do, and I know what I want to do. I'm at the stage where like I'm young, but I'm a grown man also. So like I got that like wisdom as well of my crazy shit that I've done. So in the past, so now I feel like I know what I want, I know what I can do, and I know what needs to be done, and I do it when it needs to be done, because I'm just at that level of grown. If it's not here, it doesn't need to bother me, but if it's in front of my face, then I'll have to get it done. And I know things that I can't do. So if I can't do it because it's going to put me in some kind of bind, or psychologically it's going to start messing with my stress levels, my emotion levels, things like that, then no, it does not benefit me. If it's making me not feel good, then you're not for me right now. And when I get back into that drive, when I get back into what I need to do, when I get this done, yeah, I can do this again. But until then, no. And that's really helped me through my workloads and through my life really in general, because I realize that I'm the controller of my life. My mother isn't in charge of my life, my girlfriend isn't in charge of my life, my grandparents aren't, nothing holds me back from doing what I need to do when I want to do it. If I say I want to get a job here in South Carolina, cool, I want to get a job here. If I say I'm leaving right now and I'm going to Cali, I probably am doing that as well. And if I say the next week, we got to shoot in New York City, well, then most likely I'm going to shoot in New York City. And I live by that motto and by that crease, because I don't want it. I don't want every day to just be the same. And I live by that motto because I feel like if once you let every day just be the same and you push yourself, there's a difference between pushing yourself to doing things that you don't like to do because for the better, but there's a difference between also pushing yourself to do something that you don't want to do. There's no really better to it. You're just not wanting to do it, but you're doing it anyways. That's different. That's way different. And then things become sort of a task. That's different. So keep all of these things into account when considering education, when considering, life, things like that. Is it beneficial to me right now or in this season? And can I do it later? Or is this really something that I want to do? Consider all of these things. Consider who you are. Consider money brackets. How much money really am I trying to make? And when you figure all of those things out, you'll be able to walk through this mission that you call life and complete your mission in this thing that we call life the way that you wanted to get it done. Trust in me. Your brother Brian would never lead you wrong. Thank you guys for watching this live. If you did, I appreciate every one of you. Good morning to you, and I hope you have a blessed morning today. We are in vertical stance, so we're talking facts. I'm never, ever, ever going to not speak to you facts when we're talking on a vertical screen. Love you guys. Make sure that you subscribe and that you like this video. Stay tuned for another vlog, another live chat. Throughout this week, we're dropping daily episodes, so stay tuned. Love you guys. Hold it down.